Hi, it's Robin. Welcome back to Real Kosher Family Living, and I've been talking lately about how to spend lots of money. So today I thought I'd do a video about saving money. I have a family of 6. My children are still small. My oldest is 6, so I have 4 children and then the 2 grown-ups, and we spend a total of between $600 and $800 a month on groceries. So I thought I would give you some tips about saving money in the kitchen. So the first tip is that you need to have a realistic budget. You need to know how much you really spend on groceries. And the way I recommend doing that is you save up every receipt you spend on food in a month, and you tot it all up at the end of the month. You can use Excel, you can use an account book. I use an account book with lines that I meant to show you, but then I came outside, so I don't have it out here. So an accounting book, and then you just add up every receipt that you spent on groceries. We actually do that for everything: groceries, gasoline, every cent we spend, we track, so that we can stay within our budget. For a while, I was doing it a little more obsessively, because I wanted to know, okay, how much do I spend on milk? And so then I'd split the receipt up into all of the different categories of grocery to find out how much I spent on each category. So that's a little even more obsessive. I only did that for a couple of months. It's a lot of work, but it can be really enlightening for how much you spend. So, find out how much you spend, tot it all up, set a goal. Your goal should be close to what you're already spending, unless you're ready to make some big changes. So don't try and make an unrealistic budget, because you'll never stick to it and then you'll feel like a failure. For more tips on budgeting and thrift and having money to spend, you should check out Dave Ramsey, because he's awesome, and he talks about living a debt-free lifestyle. And when you're debt-free, when you don't have money going out, then you have money to spend on other things. So that's another tip with budgeting. Prioritize. Know what it is that you want to spend a lot of money on, and what is not important to you. There are some grocery items that you want to spend on. We buy coconut oil, we buy $10 a gallon milk. Fine. Those things are your priorities. Great. Know that you're going to spend on them, and then find ways to cut back in other areas, things that you don't care about so much, and spend accordingly in those areas. All right. Get free food is my tip number 2. There's free food everywhere. People have fruit trees in their yard. There's even websites in different urban areas about finding fruit. Forage. If you grow fruit in your yard, make sure you're picking that and eating it. Plan all of your meals around what you're foraging for. We have an enormous blackberry hedge in our backyard. It's humongous. It's like 30 feet long. Every year we get blackberries and blackberries and blackberries off of it. I puree it, I make jam, I freeze them, and we have blackberries all year. It's a huge help. And then, right now, if we're having dessert, if we're having fruit, it's going to be blackberries. It's going to be pureed blackberries. For cautious reasons, we eat them pureed, but if you are not worried about that, then you don't have to. So let's see. Eat fresh fruits and vegetables in season. You can't do that unless you know which fresh fruits and vegetables are in season. So look it up, do some study, do some legwork. There's very few things. I mean, right now there's no excuse for eating bananas. Eat bananas the rest of the year. Right now, it's September, everything's in season, everything's super cheap. Go and buy fruit that is delicious and local to you and is coming not from forever away, and unless you have banana addicts in your home. And if you have a 2-year-old, I would understand that, so then I'll cut you some slack. We have a 2-year-old, and right now he's not eating any bananas, so there you go. Don't buy anything that comes in a box, especially cereal. Come on, cereal's ridiculous. Cereal costs 4 to 5 times the amount of oatmeal, or even just having scrambled eggs for breakfast, or not scrambled eggs, depending. And there's no egg bias here. Have whatever kind of eggs you want, but don't eat cereal, for goodness sake. So things that come in a box that sneak into your house without you knowing it, and sneak into your cart without you thinking about it, are pasta and let's see, and already made dough things, you know, like phyllo dough, or puff pastry, or, you know, anything that you didn't prepare. When you look at your grocery cart at the end of your grocery shopping trip, it should contain ingredients, not meals. You should not be able to get home and pick something out of your grocery bag and just eat it, unless it's a fruit or a cheese. And even, you know, for cheeses, try making them yourself. Maybe this is going to be something you're going to be an amazing cheese maker, and you're going to make cheeses for the rest of your life. Just, you know, for yogurt, for buttermilk, you can check out my buttermilk making video. You can make those yourself easily, and you should try it at least once just to see if it's something that you want to do. All right, everything else needs to be an ingredient. Let's see. Buy conventional produce when it makes sense. I know it's wonderful to have organic produce. It's more important that your family is financially successful. I really believe that you're able to provide for your family, and that your family is able to eat fresh fruits and vegetables. So know the list of produce that is okay to eat conventionally, and know the list of produce that you really want to buy organic. And when it's conventional, available conventionally, buy it conventionally. Shop at a fruit stand for fruits and vegetables. They often have older produce that's getting to the end of its useful life. Juice it, cook it, you know, whatever you need to do to it. But you can really get some deals there, and it's so much better than the grocery store. And plan your grocery trips. Don't try to go to all the grocery stores in a week. You know, buy in bulk at the food service outlet and the ethnic stores. That's my next tip, by the way, after buy conventional produce when it makes sense. But buy in bulk at food service outlets, ethnic food stores, and then for your weekly grocery shopping trip, try to just go to the fruit stand and buy, you know, tons of produce. You can get so much produce for $20. If I have time at the end of this video, I'm going to give you a list of produce that's okay to buy conventionally, and you can buy all organic if you want to, and if that's important to you. But if you're trying to cut down on your food bills and you want to serve your family, you know, healthy things, these are things you can buy conventionally and feel okay about. If you have a family, you probably need to have a separate freezer, because you really need to be putting food by. When somebody says to you, hey, I got a plum tree and I can't eat all my plums, do you want plums? You need to be able to say yes, and then you need to be able to take those plums home and prepare them so that you can freeze, can, whatever it is you're going to do. Freezing's easiest. As for fruit, it does, you know, you can have plum freezer jam then for all year. And freezer jam, don't put sugar in it. Use the fruit pectin to set it. And jam can be used for everything. You can use it for desserts. You can use it, put it in your oatmeal. It's awesome. Then you have this plums in a different form to eat throughout the year. So we buy meat in bulk as well, because we buy kosher meat, which is really expensive to buy at the grocery store. So I buy it from a buying co-op, and so then we get great prices on it. But, you know, I have to buy, you know, 16 free-range chickens. Okay, I have 16 free-range chickens in my freezer, because thank God I have an additional freezer. Know how much it costs you to run your freezer, though, because it's more expensive if it's not full, and it's expensive generally. So add your freezer running costs into the cost of your food budget. All right, real quick, I'm going to give you some list of conventional produce that is good, and then I'm going to sign off. Asparagus, avocados, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, cauliflower, cabbage, sweet corn, garlic, onions, sweet potatoes, rhubarb, tomatoes, and zucchini, dried beans, cashews, macadamia nuts, sesame seeds. All right, all of those things. Buy them organic if you want, but feel good if you're buying them conventionally grown as well. For other stuff, you probably want to buy organic because of the pesticides, or not, you know. Some people buying fruits and vegetables for your family, feeding your family well, should be a very high priority, and I will totally understand if you buy all conventional produce. All right, Take care. See you on the next episode. Have a great day.